So for the people who don't know, we opened the world's first Uncle Roger restaurant. It's called FUIYOH. It's Uncle Roger. We opened it on 9/11 in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. You know, the only other city with twin towers. Welcome back to the yearly episode of the Haiyaa podcast with me, Nigel and Matt Bentley Viney.
Hello, everybody. Great to be back.
Yes, so much
Great
has
to have
changed.
Nigel back in the UK.
Thank you. London. I can't live in this place anymore, man. It depresses me. There's no energy. It's cloudy every day.
You've been here like 5 days.
I know. I need to go back to LA, man. LA, you know, it has its problems, but the food is better there. The sun is shining.
I am jealous.
Yeah, come. Just bring your new kid. That's an update for our listeners.
Big
Matt
update.
has a kid now.
Yep, I'm a dad.
You look like a dad now too. You look like a right-wing dad.
Far right-wing dad.
Anti-migrant dad. Who are you voting this upcoming election? Who are you voting for? No, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What's it like being a dad?
It's still sinking in. It's like amazing, but also very tiring.
Yeah,
and
that's code for it. Nothing has changed for him. He lets Gemma handle all the trouble.
Gemma's been amazing. I will say that. Gemma's been amazing. And yeah, like it's funny because you turn into a dad and suddenly I've got like hair up my ears all the time. My hairline was just getting further and further back.
I told you to do the surgery, man.
I left it too late. I think I've gone past the point of no return.
I told you. No, I think if you can still do a little bit, but you know, of course, it's gonna cost money and.
I've gone full Jesse Pinkman. I've just got to live up to that name now. Just start dealing drugs.
Yes, sell some meth.
Yeah.
You know, support your kid. For you, was it either a hair transplant or food for your child? It's okay. It's good to see you, man.
And you've got big news as well, haven't you?
Big news? There's so many big news.
So exactly.
Let's work through it one at a time.
Yep.
So the last time I just checked our YouTube analytics for this channel, the last video we posted was 386 days ago.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So much has happened.
That was before YouTube Shorts.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right.
That was before, what was it? Yeah, before YouTube Shorts was a big thing like now.
Yeah. Oh,
now,
that'd be exciting to do one short and then disappear again.
You gotta do a YouTube Short. No, I think I do a lot of the Uncle Roger videos and I feel like the podcast is my only way to reach people. As myself. Otherwise, I have to come see a stand-up show, and I don't do that many shows anymore, you know.
And you're a respectable man now.
Am I a respectable man?
The podcast before, you know, just living life
yeah. Don't listen to the past episodes, listeners, nieces and nephews.
It's AI.
It's not me. It's not me. But yeah, I have big news. I got engaged.
Massively, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. If only the applause button works.
I'll try it again.
Yeah. Nothing's happening.
I have no idea if that's working.
After all these years of podcasting in the UK, any of your other clients, did they use this technology or are they still...
I haven't used this. This is the only podcast I've used it on.
What?
Yeah. Seriously.
This is just a roadcaster. It's like the most... Let me bring it into shot for people to see. It's just a very common thing. Everybody in the US has one. Let's put it here.
It's a very much video... podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
As opposed to like audio optimized podcast.
No, listen, I think in the UK, people just do not give a shit about keeping up with technology.
And they don't want to pay for it, is what I would say as well.
Yeah, that's true. You're a crumbling empire, you know? We have to travel all over the world, performing and gigging, and everywhere in Asia, they're crushing it. The buildings are nicer, everything's being constructed. There's so much development in Malaysia. I was just in Taipei.
Very nice.
And there's so much money there. Any random person has a Rolex. That is like the entry level. Over here, you're like, ooh, I'm not going to splurge on a roadcaster and on a mixing board.
It's like that podcast we did in New York when it was shot on like a handy cam. Do you remember?
Oh, I remember. It's blurring into each other, but I vaguely remember.
Because the guy who helped us do it, it was his studio. He was really offended when he listened to the episode and you were just shitting all over the tech.
I remember now. It's New York, the land of podcasts.
He emailed me asking, can we please cut it out? I was like, no, we've paid for this. And it's shit.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have to deal with that now.
Yeah.
I'm using this microphone. This is the microphone I filmed my special in.
It's very fancy.
In Boston, 2022, I filmed this special. You know?
That's crazy. 2 years.
Yeah, I know. I'm still doing some of the same material from that special. Yeah, but the special is gonna be out soon on a big American streamer. So listeners, I know if you're in, it's only a US streamer.
Yeah.
But of course, you can use ExpressVPN that I plug in every Uncle Roger video. They're not sponsoring this episode, but you know where to go to, okay? But yeah, back to my big news. I got engaged.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Very, very
finally.
exciting.
Do you like my fiance? You like Sabrina?
She's lovely.
Yeah, she's great. I found a good one.
You have found a good one.
Yeah.
And we feel very privileged. Nigel and Sabrina have invited me and Gemma. It's very, very kind.
To the wedding. Don't say where it is. We don't need like, weird creepers.
No, don't worry. But so that's very exciting. It puts a lot of pressure on this podcast, though.
Why?
If I fuck this up, it's just going to rescind the invite.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you guys there.
Well, before this, listeners, I haven't used this studio in a while, right? So when Matt came, we were just scrambling to set up all the cameras and make sure the equipment works. So we have stress tested this. And we took like 2 takes from the video and the audio. So if it's still fucked, I don't know what to say. Okay, we tried our best.
Yeah, true.
1 year ago, you recorded something, but you only recorded my microphone. So anything that you said, nobody could hear.
I mean, it was a good job it was that way around and not the other way around.
So if you mess this up, you can't fix it for a year. It's 1 more year before you can fix your mistake.
Do you know how frustrating it was that was like the most recent video on the podcast? Like anyone goes on it, like, who the fuck's this producer? Why is Nigel
You can't
working
even
with
use
him?
that as your CV or your portfolio. People can ask you, what podcast have you worked on?
Yeah.
You can't send this one.
Just link to all the old episodes. I'm like, oh no, which ones can I link to?
None. Okay, you can link to this one. This is a very nice
PG.
PG.
Although we've already dropped like 5 fucks already, but it's PG.
Fuck is okay. The F word is okay. It's the content of what you're saying, you know?
True. I'm not wearing a Pornhub t-shirt. That's a start.
I remember that.
That's nice.
I remember that phase. Yeah, what happened to all that merch? I think I had to throw them out since my fiance entered my life. Because, you know, women have standards, you know? So they won't put up with a lot of stuff.
My son one day will be like, Daddy, why are you wearing a Pornhub t-shirt?
Daddy, what is Pornhub? It's where I met your mom, son. Sorry, Gemma.
I walked straight into that.
Now, Gemma understands. How's Gemma doing, your wife?
She's doing really well, thank you. Yeah, she's been amazing. And just settling into motherhood, which is like, it sounds like we are proper adults now. It's mad.
In
like,
Bournemouth.
Absolute madness in Bournemouth.
Bring your kid over to LA.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good.
Got to settle down there.
You say that now, though, but we get there and you've got a crying baby or crying little toddler. You'll be like, why have I done this?
Go,
It's a
fuck off to the Hilton.
Very
please.
different vibe. I'll be like, Nigel, can you just come give me a hand of this nappy?
No. Okay. Let me rethink that offer before I get you in. How old's your baby now?
8 weeks.
Dude.
So yeah, 8
weeks.
It's
still new.
Very
still
new,
fresh.
mate. Very new.
Fresh out the womb. It's crazy. I won't say more than that, but it's a new, fresh baby.
I'm so nervous about what you're going to say next.
Nothing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah, you're invited to the wedding. You know, the wedding's going to be next year in July.
It's one of those weddings where, and obviously I get why it is. I've had a few of them where it's like a password protected and I lost the password. And I was like, I hope I'm still invited.
Of course. Of all the people who lose passwords, I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised?
But I didn't want to message you because I'd be like, he's got so much on his plate. He does not need producer Matt being like, can you give me
You can message Sabrina. You can message Sabrina. And do you go to fewer music festivals now that you have a baby?
Sadly.
Finally.
But I took 6 weeks off with the baby. So you would have been like, if you had died, you'd be turning in your grave at that.
Yeah, that's why you're not my full-time YouTube producer. That's why you're relegated to producing this once-a-year podcast.
It's like, I took 6 weeks, it'd be 6 hours with you. But all right, you've had it, come on, back to work.
Back to work. You are not even the one giving birth. What are you taking a holiday for? Give it to your wife. You should be making money for your kid. They need food. Kids need food and shelter.
I feel like that now. 6 weeks later, I'm like, need to work again.
Listen, all this gear I have here in the US, it's like very technology that's super outdated.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I assume here it's still like cutting edge, the pinnacle of video podcasting.
Is this like quite quaint out there?
Yeah, people are like, what? They're still shooting in 1080p? You're still using this light? What? But I like that about London though, you know, nothing changes. My house is still here. It's nice to come back. Because I travel in so many hotels, it gets too depressing, man.
But do you feel changed? But you know, engaged, to be married? Does that feel like a new?
Yeah. I do actually, you know. I think I've grown up a lot, and I think it's nice to be building something with someone. You know, instead of, you know, you go on these dates. When I was dating around, every new person is like a reset button. You got to start over. How many siblings you have? You know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now I feel I'm building something with them, with Sabrina. And we travel around a lot. And I remember when I was touring last time, I was by myself. It was so miserable. But with her, it's just wonderful.
Oh, good.
It's nice to see the world, you know?
Yeah.
It's nice to buy 2 business class flight tickets, and it's, you know, so you fly so expensively that you land there. Your first show is like making back the airfare. Yeah. It's nice, you know? No, it is nice. It's much better to travel with someone.
And I'm glad you're still touring, still doing shows. I saw you played, was it Comedy Store yesterday? Or
yeah. My friend Jason Cheney, shout out to Jason, very funny guy. He's based in LA and he was touring here. So I was like, oh, yo, let me come check out your show. And he's like, yeah, you want to come do 10 minutes? I was like, okay.
That's cool.
So I just hopped on. It was all right. I'm quite rusty now. I haven't performed in a while. I'm not as like sharp as I used to be. But I have too much stuff going on in my life, you know, which we'll cover in a second. But it's good. I love seeing LA people come over here and do gigs. And it works. All the material works.
Good.
You know? And I have to tour this year because these are cities, Delhi, Dubai, and Taipei, right? These are cities I didn't hit last time. And I have to pay for the wedding. So weddings are expensive, man. I trust me. She loves event planning.
Yeah.
She loves throwing parties. That's how she flexes her creativity, you know?
Yeah.
And she's very good at it.
The itinerary is amazing.
Engagement party. No, not even just the wedding. Well, she's planning with the wedding planner right now, but even on our engagement party was a whole thing.
Yeah.
She decorates the whole house with like Chinese wedding stuff. We had a photo booth.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then we went to eat some really fine dining Chinese place with all our friends. We booked out the whole room. And then there was a whole itinerary as well. A party is not just one thing. It needs to be like 3 different things. Change of location. That's what separates the pros from the amateurs, you know, when it comes to event planning. Oh, another new thing in my life. I found out my best friend is a hoarder.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Please expand.
I feel like we should have gotten... There were hints. There were signs, you know. He's the only guy I know who travels with 3 phones. And he's not important enough to have 3 phones. Sorry to say that. You're not Joe Rogan, you know.
What is it? What's he using each of the phones for? It's one a work phone,
it's all a mystery. I've asked him that question many times, but I haven't gotten a straight answer.
Have you seen him take out each different phone at different occasions?
I hate it when it comes to my house and he has to charge the phones. And it's just this big ass power brick with like it looks like an octopus charger. That's 3 wires just sticking out. And you know, I live in a nice, you know, somewhat interior designed house. Wires have no place in my Victorian terrace. And he just comes here with like his own like gear, like hacker station.
Media hub.
Yeah. So it's one iPhone and 2 Androids. And to be fair, he got the iPhone because we kept bitching to him, hey, we want to airdrop shit to you. Yeah. You take the photos, and have you ever tried to transfer a photo from Android to iPhone?
No.
You have to sign up for a Dropbox account.
Oh,
you have to,
no.
You have to bring it in. You have to bring a fucking flash drive and jam it into the phone's pussy hole, you know, and transfer the files. So he got the iPhone for the airdropping to us because he hangs out with us a lot. And then I was like, okay, we all assume erroneously that he's going to just consolidate all his phones into the iPhone because the iPhone's great. But he had 2 phones at a time and now he has 3 phones because of us. So 2 Androids. And then one of them he says is his work phone. But his work doesn't provide phones. He bought his own phone and the only app on that phone is Microsoft Outlook.
No.
So that's his work phone. He paid for his own phone. And then his third phone, I don't know what he uses the third Android phone for. I think just for Google Translate or something. It's crazy. So he travels with 3 phones.
But where? So
in his pockets.
In different pockets?
And his pants stay up. His trousers stay up. I don't know what kind of like superhuman belt he has on that just keeps those out. He's probably, his sperm, his jizz is probably all fried. He's probably like infertile from like 3 phones just zapping it all the time. So there were signs. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
The 3 phones, the wires. He always travels with the backpack. God knows what's in there. 2 laptops. He travels with 2 laptops. One Apple, one work one. That's a real work laptop.
That is real.
A ThinkPad.
Oh,
an
okay.
IBM ThinkPad.
The ThinkPads are legitimate.
Yeah.
I think even Gemma has one of them, actually.
But then he goes on holiday with us. He brings the ThinkPad and the Apple MacBook. Why? What are you trying to do? You know? Okay, 2 laptops, iPad, Apple Watch, Whoop, and Oura Ring. They're all the same thing. If you don't know, Whoop is like a fitness tracker, like a Fitbit type thing. Yeah. Oura Ring is also like a fitness tracker, but it's a ring.
But doesn't one of those things do all those?
Yes, that's what the iPhone does everything. So he has all that shit. He travels with all that stuff, and then I don't know how we discovered he was a hoarder, but we just realized one day we were talking. Okay, so here's how we discovered he was a hoarder. One day we were just chatting to him and said, hey, you should go visit your house sometime, you know? And he said, no, I don't have a couch. That's when the alarm bells started to ring. I said, what do you mean you don't have a couch?
Because also his place isn't small, is it?
Yeah, his place is big. It's like 2 stories. I know it has 2 stories. So I was like, okay, what do you mean you don't have a couch? So where do you sit in the living room? He said, oh, I have a desk in the office and a chair.
A chair?
Yeah, in the living room is an office. So we just started talking, and then we realized it was bad. You know? So my fiancée, Sabrina, she was nice enough to one day to volunteer to go help him out, right? And then because he said, yeah, I think I have quite a lot of stuff. Oh, he doesn't say he has a lot of stuff. He said, I don't have that much stuff. But then we say, okay, then why don't you get a couch? And then he would say, I don't have that much space. So we don't know the reality. So do you have a lot of stuff, or do you have a lot of space, or what's happening? I've been to his house before. I know he has a lot of space. It's almost as big as the place I'm staying in right now. And for London, it's huge.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 1,200 square feet.
Yeah,
you know, for London,
massive.
it's big. Yeah. So before Sabrina went there, he showed us a video of his house. And then we were like, oh no. It's like a TV show. It's like a TV show, Hoarders. You know, just boxes. And he keeps bank statements. You know the thing we've all digitized as a society?
Yeah.
Bank statements. And then we asked him, why do you keep bank statements? And his answer was, because the banks only keep it for 7 years. The banks only keep 7 years worth of bank statements. I was like, why do you need a bank statement why do we need to know you were at Pret a Manger 8 years ago? You know, is it for an alibi? Did you murder someone 8 years ago? I met you 8 years ago, dude. Why do we need to know you were at a Starbucks Tuesday at 2:30? Yeah. So, yeah, it's all sorts of things like that. So we went to his house.
Yeah.
We had to TaskRabbit a guy with a truck. And then at first we hired the guy. And then my friend, he was like, oh, it's not that much stuff. Let's just get a van, because you can pick what vehicle.
Yeah.
Let's just pick the van. And then we picked the guy, we click the button for van. And then the guy, before you hire a TaskRabbit, before he shows up at your house, you have to communicate with him, DM him, and then talk about the specifics of the project, right? And then from van, it got upgraded to a mid-sized truck. From mid-sized truck, it got upgraded to large truck after the conversation progresses. And we show up. At the end of the day, right, the whole truck was full. The tires of the truck was half deflated. And the guy was like, I've only seen this happen when what's in the truck weighs more than 1 ton, 1,000 kilograms. And then we know it's full because the last thing to go on the truck was a mattress. So the mattress, the truck is quite high, right? So you push the mattress up and just fling it into the truck. And once they fling into the truck, the mattress stayed floating like above the truck. You can see it. It's like a fucking magic carpet just floating in the wind. That's how you know it's full.
Yeah.
And right before the mattress went in, you see a guy just sledgehammering the trash into the truck. You know how when you take the trash out and then it's full, you want to fit more things, you just punch it in. That's what he was doing, but on a fucking truck, on a big flatbed, just smashing it down. The mattress was on there. They had to rope the mattress around the truck to not make it fly out. And then guess what? We had to do a second trip next week because it's only half done. His house is only half done.
It's amazing. It's amazing though that like these people are out because he's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
I've met him a few times.
Yeah.
I would never have said, "Oh yeah, you can't fit a sofa."
We
in this
all have
1200 square foot
secrets,
fat
you know. We
house."
all have secrets, you know. I'm just glad it's not something, you know. It's not like some P Diddy, Kevin Spacey shit. He just likes to keep empty Pringles cans. You know, he had Pringles cans, empty ones, and then he said, "We were like, why do you have empty Pringles cans?" He said, "Oh, I just collect them."
So is he collecting like limited edition?
No, it's like cheese and onion and salt and vinegar. It's like, bro, original flavor? You're keeping the red original flavor can? What is going on? And the biggest thing is, I said, how long have you been staying here? You know, you've been staying in this place for like, I think 2017, 7 years. 7 years, right? So how long have you been staying here? He said, 7 years. And I said, how many Pringles do you eat a day to have so many cans? He said, oh, no. These are from before I moved here. So in his previous house, he started his collection and then he brought it over as he moved house. You know, when we move house, we have that phase of throwing all that shit out that we realize is decluttering. Yeah. I think he does the opposite. He's like, okay, it's moving house time. How do I reclutter?
What I need to know is the thought process. He's got the red original tube. When did he first go, I'm going to keep this. I'm not going to throw it away.
It's a limited edition. Who knows where else I can get this? I think they're discontinuing it. I think Pringles is going out of business. Yeah, he was roasted by the truck guy. The disposal guy was roasting him. It's like, yo, do you want this? Why don't you? I wonder where you can get Pringles cans, mate. I wonder, do you have any Pringles cans? I just went to the off license, but I didn't see a single Pringles can. You know, they all went to Lay's. They all start selling Lay's now. They don't do Pringles anymore.
So is he happy like with this transformation that's happening?
Yeah.
Or is he like raging against it?
Oh, by the way, you know, the stereotype with hoarders is they only hoard useless stuff. He also hoards nice things.
Oh.
Because underneath the receipts and bank statements were just a pile of Diptyque candles. I was like, that's why you can't afford to buy a house, bro.
Yeah.
You have like 10,000 pounds worth of Diptyque candles that are expiring. He's a very nice guy. He's my best friend. He's going to be my best man.
Oh.
He's coming to the wedding. We do this because we love him and we want to find him a wife, you know. Why don't you hoard women, you know? Let's start hoarding women. You know, stop trafficking receipts and start trafficking women, okay? It's a much more interesting life. I've never talked to an uninteresting human trafficker. It's
fair point.
Right? Exactly. So you have my approval. Just don't involve me in it. I'll get canceled by proxy, you know. Uncle Roger is his best friend. So we want to find him a girlfriend or 2 or 5, you know. So that's why we're trying to help. And to be fair to him, he's improved his life a little bit since he met us. You know, he started hanging out with us more. He started wearing Ferragamos.
Oh.
You know. Yeah, but then he puts... I wonder where the Ferragamos live in his cluttered house when we're not there. It's underneath just piles of trash and clothes. Oh, he has a corner in his house with a mattress that's upright on the wall. This is real. We ask him, why do you have a loose mattress? It's never a good sign if there's a loose mattress in anyone's house. There's like a meth lab. It's a drug addict's house with a loose mattress.
So disconcerting.
Yeah. No bed sheet on the mattress. That's an upright mattress against the wall.
That is serial killer shit.
Yeah. We asked him, why do you have a fucking mattress? And he said, oh, sometimes my cousin comes and that's his mattress.
Also,
when was the last time your cousin came? 5 years ago.
Oh.
You have a guest room.
It takes up so much space when it's standing up against the wall.
And then guess what we found in his garage after we cleared everything out? A couch. So you have a couch. It's just in the garage. And then he wants to say, don't throw the couch out. I can use it now. I said, no, it's mildewy. He put it in an unventilated, like garage in London, no electricity, no air conditioning, nothing. You know, just in a wet garage across the Four Seasons. Yeah. Just damp and wet and dark and gross. And he wanted to keep it. But we were like, no. We're getting you a new couch, okay?
So, but he's happy with this change, though. He's like all for it.
I think so. He was happy before. So, like, you know, he's happy before.
He's just
very
humoring
happy.
you both.
Yeah. I think he's doing this for us to make us feel good. Yeah, I think he was a happy guy. He's never unhappy about anything. He's just very content and happy. I think he's the happiest one of all of us. And he's just like, I don't have that much stuff. You know? So we're happy we get to help him in this journey. We got to buy him a Marie Kondo book.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. And slowly, we're gonna get him to move out of his apartment, his place in Croydon. He has too much space, too much square footage. We're gonna stuff him into a little studio apartment so he will buy less things. You know, he's a very good cook. He advises me a lot of my research. He helps me with my research that I do with the Uncle Roger videos. Yeah, but he has too much cooking equipment, and every time we travel to a new place, he buys more cooking equipment. Oh, the funniest thing, he came to LA to visit us, right? And he bought 4 empty check-in suitcases. 4 large ones, large check-ins, because he wanted to come to LA to buy some dumbbells.
No.
Adjustable dumbbells. And he said, oh, this model, they only sell it in the US, which are pretty good. I use them too. You know, so the rep dumbbells, adjustable ones. So they only sell them in the US. I can't get them here in the UK. So is it okay if I order it to your house and I bring it back to the UK? So I said, okay, fine, yes. So he bought 4 large empty check-in suitcases because it just so happens if you divide the dumbbells by 4, it's just the weight limit. It's 25 kilograms per bag, per luggage. So he just went back to London with a suitcase with just dumbbell plates in there. Went to the airport. They said, oh, you're still a little over the weight limit.
Yeah.
So he took 2 of the plates and put it in his carry-on luggage. So he's traveling with like dumbbell plates in his carry-on. That's the most terrorist shit I've seen. And every time he traveled, especially Japan, he would just buy more cooking equipment. And of course, we've been to Japan with him twice now. The first time we were like, okay, you buy cooking stuff because this place has very good knives, very good pots. He bought everything. I said, okay, fine. We didn't know he had a problem back then. And the second time we were in Japan together, again, he bought new knives, new pots. I was like, I thought you bought this stuff.
Yeah.
And then when we were throwing things out for him, we were like, how many Japanese knives do you have? He said 6. And they try to justify, oh, there's each knife achieves a different thing. There's a gyuto, a santoku, and yeah, that is true. But you don't need 6 knives. You need 1. And yeah, it's just crazy.
If he's really into food and like really into like the prep and everything.
Yeah.
Has he kept his kitchen tidy?
No. It's full of useless things. He has a shaved ice machine.
That's cool.
At his house. Yeah, but who's coming to your house to eat with you?
Cool.
You know, he likes to host.
Yeah.
And likes to make food, so we want to help him create a place.
So he can do that.
Yeah, so people go and he can make food. You know.
So he can make space for others, for his friends, for his.
He makes space in his heart for a woman. Yeah. So our next step, we need to get him a few hookers to get. His new life. Got to celebrate his new life.
So in this yearly podcast, this will be the before.
Actually, you know what? We should have got him a hooker before we decluttered his house. Kind of play a prank on the hooker's gonna be scared as shit. What is that mattress doing there? Yeah, we're fucking on that mattress, bitch. Then just yanks the mattress down from the wall. Just boom.
Onto the Pringles cans.
Onto the Pringles cans. It's my fantasy, babe. Yeah, I think it's bringing a hooker to his house after he's decluttered is too nice for the hooker. So, but we love him. I want him to be happy. So, other big news is the restaurant.
Yeah, I've seen that's been popping off.
I know. Crazy.
iShow Speed?
iShow Speed.
That's amazing.
So, for the people who don't know, we opened the world's first Uncle Roger restaurant. It's called FUIYOH. It's Uncle Roger. We opened it on 9/11. In Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, the only other city with twin towers. I was hoping it would go a bit more viral, but nobody really picked up on that. So there were some comments saying, haha, I see what you did there, Uncle Roger. But nobody really picked up on it. But it was fun. It was funny. Memorable date.
Yeah, this is.
Now every year that rolls around, I'm like, yes, this is a day I'll never forget. Never forget. my first restaurant. My first restaurant. And just like 9/11, my restaurant is also an inside job. Hey!
Wow.
But it was crazy. It was really fun to bring something into fruition. And it's nice to do something that's not online and digital. It's nice to have some brick and mortar shit because I think AI is going to come for all of our jobs. The restaurant opened on September 11, and since then there's been queues out there every day. Even up till now, today we're recording this October 22nd, so it's been more than a month. There's still queues and line out the door every day. So thank you for the people who want to support. A lot of nice comments, positive comments, a ton of shit comments to a ton of bad comments. You think YouTube comments are bad? Man, try opening a restaurant. People are just waiting because I shit on people cooking, right? So I expected this. They're just waiting to shit on you. And sometimes you can't even, they never even been to the restaurant. Yeah. I've gotten Google reviews that say 1 star. I will never visit this kind of establishment. You just gave yourself out that you didn't go to the restaurant.
Has Jamie Oliver been yet?
No.
I can't wait for that review.
Jamie, please come to my restaurant. I'll let you eat everything for free. You can choose anything you want, and you can shit on it as much as you want. All good, Jamie. Stop blanking us. Come on, we want to film something with you. Okay, call a truce, Jamie.
I love it. A year on, that's still happening.
Yeah.
You're still trying to make that
Please.
happen.
We reached out for Uncle Roger 10 million special.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but their people didn't respond.
Really?
Yeah. It's a shame. Jamie, the whole world would have watched.
Yeah.
I'll get a lot of views on that video.
It would have been huge.
And of course it would have been good for me, but I think it would be good for you as well. Right? We can make egg fried rice together. Maybe you can win an uncle title, Jamie. How about that?
There would have been some nice closure there to that narrative arc.
Yeah.
It's been like brewing.
People are waiting, Jamie.
Yeah.
They're waiting for this. Give them what they want.
And did I see, was there a hologram of Uncle Roger at the restaurant?
Yes.
That's so cool.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
That's why I'm
amazing.
saying Asia, there's this technology that I've never even heard of. And I come to the UK, it's the same shit. Same shit. The only technology that works here is your speed cameras. Oh, those always work. Yeah. Every day. The red light cameras always never malfunctions. But everything else in this country is falling apart. Air conditioning never works. You get into an Uber, you ask for air conditioning, and then the death stare they give you. Don't come to Europe, listeners, if you love air conditioning. Asians should never come to Europe because we love air conditioning. And then they come here. Nobody warns us that there's no AC.
That's why everyone's just sweating. Even I'm sweating now, and it's like October, and I was like on the tube here, and I was so hot.
Oh,
so
God.
hot.
Yeah, sorry you had to do that. I know I live
That's
too far
okay.
from Central. Yeah, Asians, when they travel abroad, they never tell other Asians. They never warn them. We only see the picture of them at the Eiffel Tower, like having afternoon tea or eating a little macaron. They don't tell you there's no air conditioning, they're sweating. Yeah, do not come here, Asian people. You can come here in May and October. That's it. Just 2 months where you should come to Europe. I've learned so much about the restaurant business. And I don't know too much because I'm not super involved in the day-to-day, but I'm involved in the discussions and I see how they solve problems.
Did you sign off on the menu and everything like that?
Yeah, I had input.
Amazing.
They shouldn't let me just have sole power to sign off because I don't fully know the palate. They have more experience.
Yeah.
They take my feedback as one data point.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of tweak it to the local palate a little bit while retaining the signature essence of the fried rice dish. And I honestly taste tested everything, but I was most concerned with the fried rice.
Yeah.
And we really needed to get it right. So I think it's a bit of a nerdy detail, but I think my listeners will like it. So the very first round, we did so many rounds of taste testing, right? And at first, we wanted to go, the operators, because they said, it's going to be in a very beautiful mall, a bougie mall, pavilion in Kuala Lumpur. So we want to serve something that's an experience. It's a little more upscale of a fried rice. So the direction we were going in is like a very Ding Tai Fung style fried rice. Have you had it, DTF, Ding Tai Fung, before?
Never heard of it.
Okay, it's a Taiwanese brand chain that serves soup dumplings.
Okay.
And a lot of people love their fried rice. So Ding Tai Fung style fried rice is a East Asian, it's a Taiwanese style fried rice. It's served with shorter grain rice. It's a little stickier. It's a little wetter. There's no wok hei because they don't do any burning or charring of the rice. But it feels like it is bougie. Something you go to like rich Chinese parents, they'll bring their kids out on Sundays, sit properly, prim and proper, just eating. It's not the most flavorful, but it's not meant to be because you're meant to pair that with other ingredients. So at first, the first round of taste tests, we were going in that direction. But then I was thinking, and then when my friends taste tested it too, they were like, it doesn't really fit Uncle Roger's persona because Uncle Roger's always like very home cooked, very Southeast Asian, very jungle Asian, more punchier flavors, heavier flavors. So we had to scrap all that idea, and then we went down the leftover rice route, with jasmine rice, just proper medium grain rice. And that was, that's what we settled on. And I'm so glad we chose to do that because I think if we went the Din Tai Fung route, people would just, the restaurant would have lost its identity a little bit. People would think, okay, then why don't I just eat at Din Tai Fung instead of Uncle Roger's restaurant? However, by going this route, doing the more home cooked style leftover rice, like fried rice route, there's a lot more competition in Malaysia because most restaurants know how to do that. Yeah. And so we have to really figure out what sets us apart. I'm not going to give away the secret ingredients, but I really, really love the special fried rice. We have 3 types of fried rice there: special fried rice, egg fried rice, and then the kimchi fried rice. My favorite is a special fried rice.
That sounds amazing.
No. Special fried rice is better. So listeners, if you go there, check that out. And we're always going to add new things to the menu. So I'm due back to fly to Malaysia again in December.
Wow.
I was back there in August and September, then back in December again because we're developing the Christmas special, developing a Chinese New Year special, and then some other new items, new types of fried rice for the menu.
Wow.
Maybe a truffle fried rice. I don't know. We'll see. We'll taste test.
Truffle fried rice. That sounds
it sounds
bougie as hell. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. We're gonna do all sorts of things. Maybe a anchovy fried rice as well. So we'll see. We're still all in research and development phase.
But look, guys, he's got so much passion. A lot of celebrities put their name or their face to something, and it's like a cash grab. Like it's really nice hearing the process and how involved, but also you're respecting the team of people that put it all together.
Oh yeah, they're so talented. So team
fair
effort.
play. Congratulations. That's amazing. I hope one day I can go and taste it.
Let's go. What's stopping you? Abandon your kid. Let's go. Our special fried rice has an ingredient that I've never had outside of Malaysia.
Really?
Yeah, I'll give that to you, listeners. It's very hard, very, very hard to find outside Malaysia.
Are there any plans, if this is hopefully a huge success, to export and franchise UK? Definitely.
Bournemouth. I don't know about Bournemouth. Maybe one day. I mean, if I'm so successful, I have a branch in Bournemouth, you won't get to talk to me anymore. I will be like, I'll be up here. I'll be the global elite. I'll be the 1% Illuminati.
Yep.
I'll buy your house and rent it back to you. I'll own BlackRock and I'll buy your house and rent it back to you. My tenant, Matt Bentley Viney, let's raise his rent because he messed up the podcast in 2023. No. There are plans to bring it abroad, and we want to find the right partners for it. So hopefully, fingers crossed. We're still talking to people, and the Malaysian restaurant people also know a lot of interested parties who want to franchise it and license it in their own countries or in their own states in Malaysia. So hang tight, listeners. And now I want to say a bit more rice talk because I think my fans will enjoy it. The detail and the passion.
I mean, was 7 minutes not enough on
what?
rice?
That's 7 minutes?
I'm joking.
I don't know where else to say this.
Let's hear the rice.
I say this shit when I'm hanging out with people getting dinner. They all just glaze over.
Well, look, if this Western white guy finds it mildly interesting, I'm sure your audience will absolutely love it.
Yeah, thank you. I don't care what you find interesting. I know they will like it.
Also, I have no idea if what I just said was very backhandedly racist. I have no idea. But let's go. Let's hear the rice talk.
We know you're secretly racist, Matt. It's all good. You do this as like a smokescreen. You know how Mr. Beast does charity work? This is your charity work. So I'm not racist. I work with Uncle Roger.
The trouble is, it's not a secret anymore. That's the problem.
He wears it with pride now. Fuck the old 9-inch nails caps. What happened to those?
I actually lost it. I need to buy a new one.
You know, even if you taste test something and it tastes amazing, productionizing it is a whole different ball game. Because you can make one plate of fried rice amazingly. But then when the restaurant is on operation, we open at 10 a.m. We've always had a line of people out the door so far. So 10 a.m., the gates open, they come in, 80 plates of fried rice gets ordered at once.
So how do you scale it up and retain that when it tastes amazing, cooking it as a one-off? I see what you mean.
It's very, very hard. And it's not just, recipes don't just scale up, oh, you make 4 plates times 4. You know, at a certain point it does. Like maybe like 3 plates is okay, but when making 5 or 6 plates, it's not just a linear times 5 times 6. You need to make some adjustment. And also we have a big wok burner in there, a chef wok tossing. How many grams of rice can you toss in the same wok? You know, you can't toss too much because then it's too heavy.
Yep.
So there's an optimal level of like speed versus quality, and then also making the rice itself is a whole science and recipe behind it because it's leftover rice. That's true. But because we leave the rice in a fridge and we have an industrial grade fridge in the beginning, so it got really, really cold. So there was a week where people were just complaining, oh, the rice is too hard because the fridge was a lot colder than the fridge we used when we were researching and developing it, right? And then also there was one time we did fix all these problems are fixed now, and the team is, kudos to them. They fix them very, very quickly. They catch it the same day, the next day it's fixed. Yeah. Another problem was, because we were short of staff, so the waiting times were crazy, and the food came out cold because we were short on staff. We underestimated demand a little bit, and also because when we put the rice out ready for service, right above the rice waiting area was an air conditioning unit, and so it made it cold really quickly, and it made it harder. So yeah, we had to solve that. Then we had to tweak the water amounts when we cook the rice. We had to tweak the temperature of the fridge. So many little things, and you fix one problem, there's a new problem, right? Yeah. So
sounds like an episode of The Bear, but just continuously.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Well, I'm so fortunate that the team there, they are very, very competent. Yeah. And there's no drama. The Bear, people are just yelling at each other and crying and throwing knives. I haven't seen that many episodes.
That's just you doing that.
The Bear is stressful, okay? Yeah, they're yelling. At least they're yelling at each other. But at least when I was there at the restaurant, nobody was yelling at each other.
That's
people were stressed. People fell ill. Yeah. They got sick, but nobody yelled. So good. They suffered in silence. They didn't take it out on anyone.
That's good.
Yeah, you should come. It's good.
Yeah,
we have fried rice. We have noodles. We have some side toppings, side dishes and toppings. It's great.
No, congrats.
Thank you. Fried rice as a category, people haven't been that excited about it because it's I just make it at home when I'm lazy. I just take whatever's in the fridge and put it in the wok. But to elevate it, that's my goal, to bring it to everyone and elevate it and to show people it's not just some cheap shit you whip together. Yeah, sure, you can make that fried rice, but come see how it's done properly.
So, big question. Is there going to be fried rice at your wedding?
Oh, I think the caterers are a little intimidated once they know who I am. That's the truth, They were laughing about it, but I can tell they're a little bit intimidated. But I'm also a little bit wary of having fried rice at my wedding because people will judge me for that. They're gonna think if it's bad, they're gonna think, oh, so his restaurant's fried rice is gonna be like this, So maybe we just serve noodles. Our wedding, we want to have a Indomie bar. Yeah, that's a good idea, listeners. I didn't know you could do that. So late night, after the cocktails, after the drinking and dancing, they're going to set a little instant noodle bar. You can go up there. I'm going to make them set up a little wok station as well so people can cook themselves.
That's really cool.
What I like about the restaurant too is it's such a team effort, right? And it, like you said, it's not a cash grab because it takes so much effort. I fly back to Malaysia. I'm going to have to fly back to Malaysia 3 times a year now. And from LA too, that's like 24 hours, that flight. 20 hours, including the transit.
A long flight.
So, this is the effort, I have to put in and to market the restaurant. There are some celebrities, some YouTubers out there that just have a product and then they just sell it and they don't talk about it ever again. But I'm actively marketing it, actively improving the recipes.
And you had some
operations.
amazing people visit, haven't you?
Yeah, we had iShowSpeed. iShowSpeed came to the restaurant. I didn't know he was coming, right? So when he came, I think he was doing a little tour of Southeast Asia for a stream, right? So he came. I got a text from someone saying, "Oh, Nigel, did you know I Show Speed's coming to a restaurant?" I think apparently when he was on the stream in this chat, people say, "Go to Uncle Roger's restaurant." I don't think he knows who I am. I think now he maybe knows, but I don't think he watches my videos. Sadly, I haven't reached that. I haven't reached that market yet.
Was he respectful at the restaurant, or was he like barking?
No, he was so overwhelmed. There were so many fans. People are just he could barely walk. He could barely move through the crowd. People are so almost abusive towards him. He can barely like work through the crowd. But he was good. He was nice. He was nice. He had to help someone who lost. She got lost in the whole crowd and couldn't find her sister.
Oh my God.
He was nice to her. And then he ate our fried rice and he did a backflip. It was that good. He was like, whoa. And then I was like, hey, he did yell at me, but positively. He yelled at a cardboard cutout of me. Hey.
Did he
W fried rice. That's the most Gen Z shit. I never heard my people describe my fried rice as W.
What does that? Does that mean win?
Yeah, it means good.
Great.
You're too old, man.
Yeah, I know.
If it's L fried rice, that's bad. Just look at us, millennials trying to learn Gen Z stuff. This is giving main character energy,
Yeah.
I wasn't in Malaysia at the time. I was in India. Just traveling through India. I think we just saw the Taj Mahal. We were just driving back. And then I got this text. I was like, holy shit. Good thing in India, surprisingly, the technology there in India, in my car, I have Wi-Fi.
Oh, no way. Wow.
In the UK, the cars don't even have air conditioning. So you see how this country is going, people? So I had Wi-Fi in the car, thankfully. So I was on his stream. I was like, holy shit, it's really going to the restaurant. And then we got to FaceTime him, but he couldn't hear a single thing I was saying because it was just too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. So maybe one day we get to meet in person properly. But he's a huge A-list YouTuber and Twitch streamer. Martin Yan went to the restaurant. You know Martin Yan?
Should I know Martin Yan?
He's a chef, famous
cool.
chef.
Oh,
maybe more famous in America than he is in the UK. So I actually filmed something with him in San Francisco in August. The video is about to come out maybe later this year or early next year. And then he was in Malaysia at the time. I wasn't there again, but I had the marketing person take him around, show him the restaurant. He loves it. He loves the flavor. We have a few YouTube people coming in December. Guga is coming to the restaurant.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm going to show Guga around Malaysia.
Cool.
A little bit. Nick DiGiovanni, I think he's going to be around Asia. He's going to check his calendar and see if he can make a visit.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
amazing.
sweet. It's great. And I film at the restaurant sometimes, my reaction videos. It's just nice backdrops.
That's very cool. Yeah, cool backdrop.
Thank you.
Different to the average YouTuber kind of home studio setup.
Yeah.
Being in a restaurant, that's very cool.
Yeah. So this week's video, you'll see. It's at a restaurant. Engagement was cool. So I'm working backwards now. I'm just thinking about my year, and sometimes you're so busy, but the shit you can talk about on the pod is nothing. It's not very interesting, We got engaged in Japan.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone would love to know the story behind all
The
of that.
story, she really likes the cherry blossom, the sakura flower. And then I was like, okay, thanks for the hint, honey. So we went to Japan, and at first I was going to Japan at first to just film with Motokichi, the omurice chef, the egg rice.
Oh, I
chef.
saw that. That was really cool.
That's a good
Does
video.
that taste as amazing as it looks?
Yeah. It's really good. I think my fried rice is better, but it's really good. It's really good. So, and interestingly enough, this year, the cherry blossom season was delayed. I don't know why, global warming or something. So it kind of, because when I was going to go to Japan in April, and I was like, oh, it's too late for cherry blossom season now because it finishes end of March. But then because it's delayed, I was like, oh, this is the time, So Sabrina came with me. It wasn't really a surprise to her because she knows that if she doesn't give me any instruction, I'm going to pick the most unromantic way to propose, maybe next to a dumpster or something.
On the podcast.
So she has to take matters into her own hands. She has to micromanage me a little bit. But then because the cherry blossom season was late, we got it there in April and it was still there, the cherry blossoms on the trees, the flowers.
Yeah, I saw on your Instagram, or maybe it was on Sabrina's. Beautiful pictures.
So we're going to release those pictures soon. She's very particular about which picture to release, And then this March, I was back in London too, right? And they threw me you guys were very nice. Sabrina threw me a surprise party.
That was really fun.
Which is very sweet. Nobody's thrown me a surprise party before. because I think
But your surprise face was just like nothing. I could tell you were surprised.
Yeah, I was like,
when
oh.
you just walked in, you're like, hey.
yeah, I don't know. I was a very I didn't know how to react. I have no emotion. I just walked in. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, guys.
I
Very
think
nice.
that's literally what you said.
It was at a Japanese place that I love, one of my favorite sushi places, and I went in there. I was like, oh, nice. Thanks for coming, guys. It's a very, very nice gesture. Part of me was thinking, I came here for omakase, and now the sushi's already pre-made on the table. But that was only 1%. Okay, 99% of me is like, oh my God, that's a very nice thing. Nobody's done this. Such a nice thing for me. I think it takes a lot of effort to. She's an event planner. She's
It takes
a party
loads of
planner.
effort.
So much effort.
And it's just like the as you get older, liaising with everybody else's like schedules and things.
I
It's
know,
like,
I know.
I find it torturous.
The WhatsApp groups, the
Yeah.
group chats, just leave me out of it. I think that alone, kudos to her, man. That is the nicest thing anyone has ever done for me. You know, that's why I like material things. You just buy it, it's there, it's nice, you enjoy it. There's no logistics.
Yeah.
There's no WhatsApp. Just are you free on this date? I like material things. You just buy it, it's there. I don't have enough of it. That's the problem. So next time, my birthday, people should just give me a material thing. The surprise parties are nice, but I'm just trying to save you time, you know. Give me a nice watch or a car. No, I kid. It was a very nice thing. I was very touched because nobody's done that for me before, you know.
Have you did karaoke after?
Yeah, it was good. Oh, we did so much karaoke in Taipei.
Did you?
But I got to show Sabrina Chinese karaoke, like Asian karaoke.
Is it like quite different?
Yeah, we sing a lot of ballads. Because all the songs
that's
over
nice.
there are power ballads or
Yeah.
just regular ballads. They're very sing-songy. And all you and Sabrina's favorite songs are not there. Love Shack! You're so good at that, by the way. But there's no Love Shack.
There's no
By
Love Shack.
Who was it by?
The
B-52s.
B-52s.
There's no Love Shack song in a Taiwanese karaoke bar.
Just imagining you requesting it.
Now what? No, you don't request it. It's in a room. You always have your private room. You're not in a public place. But actually, I say that there's this new concept in Taipei now. There's only one of them, but it's a public karaoke bar. And you go, you sign up, you go on stage, and if people, and then you battle other people.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's full of Gen Z people who can't afford the private rooms, so they do that. But then if people like your singing, they can send you roses, and then it pops up on the screen.
That's very
Yeah,
cute.
it's super cool. I didn't have the balls to do it though, and because they're good, they're very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be good to put yourself down on one of the 8 and just go on stage in front of all the strangers who can boo you anytime, you know. May, June, July was all a blur. I think I did the LA thing, did some acting classes, and
Oh, you still
drank less, you know.
doing acting classes? How's that going?
Yeah, it's good. I think I don't feel enough emotion
I
in
was
my
going to
life
say,
to
are
be
you
good at
tapping
it.
into the inner
It's very hard.
psyche?
That's very hard. Accessing that emotion is very hard for me. I think.
I mean, you can't act surprised. So
Yeah, I know. I can't even. What am I supposed to do? This is how I was born, you know?
have you been auditioning and things?
A few.
Or for your own, or is it for your own like videos and shows?
No. I have projects in development with in the traditional Hollywood system, but
Yeah.
whether or not it gets made is anyone's guess. It's most likely doesn't. Most likely won't get made because most projects in the studio system don't get made. But who cares? You know, in case it gets made, I need to have some chops. You know, and
Yeah.
I have to play some characters in there. So, I have to say, the level of standard, the classmates in the acting class, all amazing because it's LA, right? Everybody is a great actor.
Yeah.
Just on stage, just crying and just acting their hearts out, and then they go off to their catering jobs. You know,
It's so bleak, isn't
that's
it?
the reality.
Yeah.
All this talent and just chasing a dream. You know, I'll be an influencer any day, man. Much easier life. Just make a little YouTube short, and people go, "Oh, it's nice. It's very funny, Uncle Roger." You know. YouTube Shorts, man. Have you been doing that much?
Yeah, I have actually.
You have to.
Podcast. Yeah, I find it's the best way if you're smaller to reach new people. I
Yeah,
find.
but it's hard to be memorable. Because you only have like 45 seconds to a minute.
I've extended it.
Oh, 3 minutes now. Yes.
3
Wow,
minutes.
Matt knows now. Wow. I find it fun because it's less logistics planning. I don't have to rent a lighting kit. I don't have to think about the story arc. I just, I like this restaurant. Let me film something.
Yeah.
And then it just goes, I like that, but it doesn't pay. So we'll see.
Can I plug, we're going to release the short film I made a few years ago.
Oh, the caterpillar shit.
Can I plug that, please?
You haven't released it yet?
No, it's going to go on YouTube on Thursday.
Oh, okay, plug it.
So
plug
by
it,
the time
plug
this
it.
is out, it'll probably
Yeah,
already be up.
put a link in there.
I'm not as good.
Include that preamble that we just had. Can I plug this thing?
What I'll look back at me editing. Oh, that's what desperation looks like.
What? No. You gotta plug the things you make, okay? You gotta market yourself.
That's the way I see it.
So take it away.
So a couple of years ago, I don't even know what camera looked like. A couple of years ago, I made a short film. You've seen it actually.
Yeah, it's good.
You like the lighting.
Oh yeah, very moody.
So
I was like, where was that skill set during this podcast? Where was that skill set?
Very true. Talented people do it. I was just like, yep, that looks good. That's great. So it's called Caterpillar, and it's a psychological horror. It's basically about a guy who is afraid of change and the inevitability of it. And it's 14 minutes, so it doesn't take up much of your time. I'm sure I can cut down a real hack job YouTube short out of it. The 1 minute version that will probably get more views than the actual film.
How are you gonna clip it up? It's a story. How are you gonna? I don't know. I'll leave that to you. You figure that out. But yes, check the link in the description and watch Caterpillar. And
thank you. I'd
leave
appreciate
a nice comment.
Any comments, negative, positive, any comments. I just want people to see it. But yeah, so I'll put a link to the YouTube channel it's on. I'd appreciate going have a look. We're also on Letterboxd. So for people who do that.
What's Letterboxd?
It's basically somewhere where people, it's kind of like a diary of the films they've seen, and you can rate them out of 5.
I don't think any of the listeners will know what it is. My fans are not a particularly sophisticated bunch. No offense.
Don't say that before
No
sending
offense.
them over to my film. They'll be all angry. I'll show you sophisticated.
They know.
1 star.
I'm not sophisticated either. We all listen to Blackpink and what's his name? That short guy who can really sing, who just did a collab with Bruno Mars. Mars. We listen to those things. I know my fans. But okay, we'll go check it out.
Thank you.
Leave a nice comment.
It'll be the thumbnail with Uncle Roger just approved on it.
Yeah. We'll only play that film at the restaurant. That's the only film we'll play at the restaurant. That dark, brooding, psychological horror.
That would be
shit,
so funny. Just so
the whole
random.
restaurant's orange and bright, and then suddenly this, produced by Matt Bentley Viney.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about my little tour. We went to India.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy place, most beautiful place in the world.
I was very jealous. There's one country I really, really want to visit.
Let's go.
Yeah. Was the food good?
Yeah, it's very good. I would say it's very heavy. Every meal is heavy though. Everything.
Love that.
They don't call it curries, but the word curry is a very Western term to describe all their the food that's in a liquid. We call it curries, but they call it. They have different names for different things, but they're all curries. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's a lot. I got through India without shitting myself, so that's good.
Yeah, no Delhi belly was the thing, isn't it?
That's a big achievement,
Did you have is it pani puri, the one that you pour the
Yeah. We have pani
so
puri.
good.
There's a special type of curry called a lal mas. It's like a lamb curry with this very smoky pepper that you can't get anywhere outside of Rajasthan.
No way.
That is my favorite curry now.
So you're on tour up there?
Yeah, I did Delhi. Just one show.
Oh, yeah.
People told the booker said I should have done Mumbai also. I would have sold more tickets in Mumbai. Mumbai is more of a city.
Yeah.
Delhi is more like an old world India. But I wanted to see the Taj Mahal and I was lazy, so Mumbai would have meant I would have to wake up. Then I finish my show in Delhi, wake up the next day, fly to Mumbai, do a show that night. It's too much.
Isn't it? It's a lot.
I'm tired, So
how was the Taj Mahal?
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It's made of the whole thing's made of marble. Meanwhile, I renovate my house and it just takes so much longer, because this whole thing's made of marble.
Yeah.
There's no technology and it works and it's beautiful and the marble stays clean because it's a special type of marble that doesn't stain. And I look at that and meanwhile, I'm like, wow, my kitchen took 3 months. What the fuck? That's just slave labor. That's the pros of slave labor. They just the Maharaja, the king was just like, well, I want to build this, I want to build this thing. So for my woman, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very beautiful on the outside. It was a cloudy day too. And then, but the white marble just gleaming against the sky, There was a lot of people just assuming I was Japanese. They just came out to me like, konnichiwa, konnichiwa, ni hao, konnichiwa. Just spraying Asian languages at you, hoping they'll hit the right one. Selamat datang, ni hao, konnichiwa. So in India, right, you have to get around. You have to hire a driver because I wouldn't know how you get around.
That's quite
otherwise.
bougie.
No, it's not bougie in Asia.
It's just a thing, though.
I think again, it's bougie in the UK where everything's dilapidated and nothing works and technology doesn't progress. So that's how you know if a country is progressing. If it's bougie in one place but it's commonplace in another country, then if it feels bougie here, then this is not.
You're falling behind.
You're a sinking ship. Common things. Toilets used to be a bougie invention. You know what I mean? So. But anyways, I digress. I don't want to shit on the UK too much. I like it here. It's nice. It's the weather is shit. Nobody wants to do anything. I love it. LA people the weather is always good, and people just you want to go to hiking? Go hiking? And it's like the worst. Hiking is driving for an hour to Malibu or something. Then you get out the car, you walk up the hill, walk down the hill, get back in the car. That's all it is. But I digress. In India, you gotta have to hire a driver, right? So it was the best time. We love our driver. Shout out to Balvir Dua. He's from a great caste, very good family, very good caste. They still do the caste system over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I made sure to only talk to the highest caste people, the Brahmins. I think we got to bring it back. Anyways, my driver. We landed in Delhi airport. And then we got in the car, we checked out the Google Maps, and it's like an hour and a half from the airport to the hotel. And then I was like, oh shit, this is going to be a long journey. And then he just went, oh, don't worry. Google Baba don't know India. I know India. I get you there 50 minutes. And he did. He could just weave around. Driving in India is crazy. They don't use a signal. They honk for everything. The honking is their signal. I don't think they even know what the stem does. That signal.
That sounds quite stressful.
Yeah, it is. You get used to it after a while.
Anxiety just every day.
It just becomes. It feels like if you ever make a white noise machine, but for Indians, like a brown noise machine. The honk is one of the major sound effects in the whole country. Okay, so you go in the car and they honk. They just weave around everywhere. They drive like crazy. And then he said to us, oh, don't worry. Driving in India is 3G. Good brakes, good horn, good luck. And I was like, no, don't give me 3G, mate. Give me 4Gs, good driving. How about that, They drive like madmen. Yeah. And they do not give a shit about human life. They see a school bus, they just speed. They see a rickshaw with children, they just get right next to it. And then this is India, right? So you stop at a stoplight, there's going to be people coming up to your window, just knocking on your window. Sometimes I just want to say hi.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have nothing to sell. We had this woman just because in India, the white cars, if the car is white, it's for tourists. So I guess they're just curious and I just want to see who's in there. So just these ladies, sometimes there'll be a lady holding a baby and they're just kind of trying to ask for money. No, it's all a scam. It's run by a cartel, run by a drug group. You do not give them money. You give them food maybe, that kind of thing. Yeah. So sometimes I just want to say hi. They just, and they just stare at you, smiling, and it's creepy. It's very creepy. I know they mean well, but it's very creepy. So they do not give a shit about human life. But you can drive on the highway, just zigzagging and honking at each other, and they're just aggressive until they see a cow on the road. And then it's just silence. No honking, just obeying the speed limit.
I love that. That's really nice.
The cow trumps everything.
Yeah.
They love that you can't get beef anywhere in India.
Really?
I think it's illegal, or they just don't do it. You just can't get it anywhere. You have to go to Pakistan to eat steak.
Really?
Yeah, you have to eat with those pagans, the heathens. People are going to hell. But yeah, half the people there are vegetarian. So in India is the only place where I like the vegetarian food.
It's meant to be amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess that's why. If half the population there are vegetarian.
Half the people there are vegetarian. 10% or 20% of people there are part of this religious group. I forget the name now, but they don't eat garlic. They can't have garlic and onion.
Oh, I can't be doing that.
Yeah, I can't. I asked them why they do that. They say, oh, it's too much temptation. Like, what, for garlic? Yeah, it tastes good, but who are you harming, you know? But it's a very nice place. And I know there is a lot of poverty in India, right? But nobody goes hungry because people get fed at temples. So that is a very nice thing. So anyways, our driver, very, very cool guy. He just drove us around. And you know, when I travel, I just sit in the car and on my headphones, my AirPods. I'm not talking to him. You know, I'm not talking to anyone. Not just
you have a little sleep.
I sleep. Nap. I love sleeping in cars, man. It's just something about the
doesn't matter who you're with. If there's anyone sat next to you, little sleep.
I'm so surprised I haven't been raped by an Uber driver. You know, I'm glad. Male privilege.
Napping in Ubers.
Yeah, women can't do that shit. Just sleep and then suddenly, oh shit, I'm in Diddy's house, you know? But anyways, I was quiet the whole trip. And then slowly, I think he was starting to piece together that I'm some sort of known person because we were driving out one of the hotels. And then I thought they do this to everyone, but apparently I'm special. But all the hotel staff came out and just held a sign. Thank you for coming, Uncle Roger. Good to see you.
That's very cute.
They were all standing there waving and clapping for me as the car left. And I thought they did this to everyone, right? Because it's just a nice hotel. Indian hospitality is very nice. But then our driver, Balvir, is like, oh, that is interesting. Because usually when I drive my clients here, it's just one person waving as the car leaves. But for you, the whole hotel, they just leave the water running, the electricity running. Everybody's here. Nobody's in the restaurant. Everybody's here. So I think he started to piece together that I'm some sort of known person. And this all culminated in the final day where I had my show and he had to drive me and drop me off at the venue, right? So he saw this big poster. He was like, holy shit, you're that guy. And then I wasn't there. He dropped me off and then he picked up my fiance and then my driver was telling Sabrina, oh, I didn't know all week he was quiet. All week he couldn't say anything. And then suddenly he on stage talking so much. Yeah, I was just there for 90 minutes and I stole some of his jokes, you know. I stole the 3G joke, did it on stage. They loved it. Oh. He loved that I stole his joke.
Yeah.
It's great. You know, I think that's how I write new material now. I just go to a third world country and hire the help and tell them, tell me jokes. Tell me some jokes. Perform for me. And then I'll steal it and do it on stage. That's my pipeline for joke development. And then he was so, afterwards he was like, oh, if only I knew you would had so much. He calls jokes dialogues. You know, I think it's an Indian word that, oh, next time I tell you even more dialogue. But husband and wife dialogue. Many people like husband and wife dialogue. And, and now he messages me once in a while. Like he just messaged me today.
Balvir, on WhatsApp?
Like, yeah, hi, how are you?
No way.
Yeah, he did.
You're
Let me
not
show
on
you.
The hi, how are you?
Yeah,
communication levels. That's
is
lovely.
India level, hospitality. And I said, I'm good, Balvir. How are you? Talked about you today to our friends about how much fun we had in India. And he said, good.
That's so sweet.
So yeah, I'll show it to them.
That's really lovely. What's the link he sent you? It's a YouTube
the link
video.
he sent me? Oh, I show speed reviews Uncle Roger fried rice. This is the link.
That's great. You got your new researcher.
Yeah, he watches my videos and then he will send me the links to my videos. It's like, bro, I know. I made that video. I think he's just trying to connect with me.
That's really sweet. Yeah,
for the listeners out there, you can see Balvir. He's in one of my reels, the reel where I tried the Indian food at Haldiram's. Yeah, if you scroll down, it's quite a recent one. So you will see him. He did the 3G joke in there, and he just loved being on camera.
Did he do it in the reel?
Yeah. You'll see it right now. We'll play a bit of the reel, B-roll it or something. Delhi food so amazing. Uncle Roger gonna give leftover food to my driver. Balvir, why Indian driver? They all drive so crazy.
India drive with a 3G. Good horn, good brake, and good luck.
But everywhere I go, Dubai too. Dubai, I'll send you the photos later, but they have everything in Dubai is a mall or a highway.
I've heard
everything.
That. My brother went and he said the same.
It's too much. The Chinatown's inside the mall. And what they think China
inside
is.
Yeah.
No. I'll send you photos. You got B-roll the photos here. And then Chinatown is inside the mall and there's the cherry blossom, there's a panda. That's what I think China is. You know, that's what I think every Asian culture is just whacked in there.
It just, to me, and I would love to be proved wrong. It just all seems very manufactured. Like I don't know what the authenticity is. Where do you go for like something that's an authentic experience?
KFC in Dubai. That's I mean, all the food there is from expats. You know, there's no. Maybe I don't know the local food that well, but I didn't have any local food. I had Lebanese food. I had Malaysian food. Because some Malaysians reached out.
Nice.
And with Dubai, I didn't know that many people. And I like when in every city, I like to do jokes about that city, write some new jokes because, you know, I'm bored of my own set sometimes. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I don't know anyone here. Sabrina and I don't know anyone here.
Yep.
Let's just try to meet these Malaysian people and maybe they'll guide us around the city. And they did. So shout out to them. They run a restaurant. So shout out to Han Cuisine in Dubai. Really good, really good. Because I didn't know anyone there, so we just talked to them. They brought us on a desert safari. That was cool. Dubai is the whole thing's a desert, and then suddenly buildings. You know.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and I didn't really see any Russian hookers, sadly. But I was too busy. I was just in the desert. The Russian hookers don't go to the desert.
I'm engaged now.
Oh. Oops. Oh yeah, that too. My fiance will never allow that, you know. Before the show, they give you a whole list of things like they want to tell you, oh, don't talk about this, don't talk about that. But then during the show, they enjoyed everything. So I think the tour people are just a little bit worried.
Well, yeah, because aren't their laws really strict?
Yeah. But the people in Dubai, they have a sense of humor. They know, oh, it's a comedy show. So say whatever you want. We'll just laugh if it's funny.
That's good.
You know, so they say, oh, don't insult the place. Don't insult the people. Don't joke about the government. Don't joke. I didn't really joke about the government because I don't know anything about the government. But I did have a few jokes about Dubai as a place in general, and they loved it. You know, so the people there have a good sense of humor.
Good.
Yeah, so that's nice. And then the third place we toured was Taipei. So I've always...
Isn't the food meant to be incredible?
Yeah, it's really, really good. And just innovative too. At night markets have all these crazy things. They could create a little fried dough ball. Di gua qiu, you know, it's just delicious. But they eat too many intestines and organs and blood and chicken blood and duck blood. Everybody has gout there in Taiwan. Seriously.
Actually.
And then you tell them, oh, everybody has gout here. And they just go... Yeah, that's just how it is, you know. we just get gout sometimes. I'm like, it's the blood, bro.
But how do you know that? Like, are people offering up? Oh yeah, I've got gout at the moment.
Because I've heard it multiple times. How often do you hear the word gout in daily life? But in Taipei, I just heard it. Oh yeah, my friend can't come today. He's suffering from gout. So it's all casual. It's all the blood, you know.
Oh my God.
And then one of the shows, I got sometimes I try to matchmake people at the shows as Uncle Roger. It's just a fun thing to do. So I got this woman to come on stage. She was single. And then this black guy in Taipei, probably the only black guy in Taipei, he raised his hand and said, I'm single too. And then I was like, oh, what do you do? He said, he's a singer. Then he came on stage and he was like, he just sung like a Bruno Mars song really well. And then everybody was cheering. The girl the girl loved it. And then I just, handed the mic to the girl. I was like, oh, on a scale of 0 to 10, how wet are you right now? And the girl said, 11, because I'm on my period. Yeah, for real. I was like, and then I said, well, this is Taipei. You eat all the blood out here, so go for it, dude. Get your gout, dude. Get your gout. So,
oh my God.
We're going to release that clip. We filmed that clip. That's going to come on either the shorts channel or the main channel. That's going to come, people. Gout comes from too much alcohol, red meat, and intestines, organs. So all three things that they love. Seriously, you go to LA, you do a bit on stage. You're like, how many people here don't drink? Half the room will cheer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, go to Taipei. I was like, who here doesn't drink? Silence. Nobody. They're like, what? Could that be a possibility? It's like Britain sometimes.
That sounds like the UK. That's amazing.
But they're more polite than you guys. They don't start yelling when they're drunk, But everybody drinks there. They have a beer called 18 Days, and they call it 18 days because it expires after 18 days. So every restaurant that orders that beer, the supplier will come back after 18 days to take the supply away because they're like, okay, there's quality control for them.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it's a great excuse to drink more. For a British person, you just store it in your fridge. You just wait till day 18 and it's just, honey, I have to drink it, honey. Sorry. You just binge drink it. So, yeah. So all these places, hopefully one day We'll bring our restaurants too. I wanna bring it everywhere, man. You know, I wanna turn this into not as shitty as McDonald's, but maybe as widespread as McDonald's. That would be nice. This is the yearly episode. Go check out Matt's short film, and go check out my restaurant and my YouTube channel. All that stuff. You know where to go. We'll talk to you. I'll talk to you again next year. You know, Uncle Roger is just more entertaining to do, man, because I don't have to. I realize now I'm not a very interesting person because I'm a good guy now. You know, I've been tamed. I'm well behaved, and there's nothing interesting anymore. You know, Uncle Roger is the one living his adventures and doing crazy shit. But me, I'm just, you know, being a good fiance right now. You know.
Who knows? This time next year, we might just both be two dads who are married.
Oh, yeah. Fingers crossed. See you next year, people.